Hey, what's up guys? Trev, SmashweRx, bringing you all the good stuff for free, real hacks, real results. You know how it works. Today I'm going to be talking about knee pain. More specifically, today I'm talking about patellar tendonitis, quadriceps tendonitis, your knee feeling like garbage. It's this stabbing, aching, burning, crushing, I can't squat, I have to skip leg day kind of knee pain. Well, I'm going to change that for you right now today. The knee has two functions. That's it. Number one, it transfers power from above down. Number two, it transfers data and terrain information back up to the brain to tell you how to move through your environment. That's it. What happens is your body becomes quad dominant, which means you either don't think you have the ability to use the massive horsepower generating tissue in the back called your glutes, or there's a problem with the mechanics and how you set up your movement where you've trained your brain to delegate power into the quads as opposed to all the horsepower available on the backside of your body. What happens in a squat for a lot of people is when they squat, they push their knees forward. Well, right off the bat, my quads, they fire right away and they start to take up the load of whatever's on my back or whatever I'm about to do. This tendon is designed to take massive amounts of force. However, you do that too much or repetitive, and it starts to degrade, it gets injured, it gets inflamed, and then it just lets go. The first thing we want to do is the real quad stretch. The reason it's called the real quad stretch is because it really stretches your quad, as opposed to that funky one people do when they stand up and crank their spine into hyperlordosis. Yeah, don't do that. It's not stretching your quads. In fact, it just makes you look like you're trying to do a dance move. So what we do is we lay on our side. The side we're going to stretch is the high side. We bring the low side into 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee. This is just for support. You're gonna bring your leg up. You're gonna grab that ankle. You're gonna pull back. The reason I have the lower leg at 90 degrees is what it's doing is it's locking out the hip and it's preventing my lumbar spine from going into hyperextension. So when I do this, I actually stretch the quads, primarily the rectus femoris, which runs across the hip and across the knee. It's funky. So you just hang out in this position for how long? 2 minutes. You're gonna set up your static wall sit, but above 90 degrees at the knee. I don't want you loading that tendon at parallel because it's not gonna do a damn bit of good. And you're just gonna hang out in this position for 2 minutes. So I'm trying to push my feet and slide them across the floor while pushing my butt. So I'm pushing myself up against the wall. Imagine I'm trying to hold the wall. And all I'm doing is I'm activating my quads to load this tendon. That's what we want to do. That's number two. You're going to stay in this position for 2 minutes. Now, there's a single leg variation. So what you do now is get your leg in line with your shoulder. That's important. If it's out to one side, you're going to wind up falling over. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your leg up and you're going to load in the same position. This just hangs out here. You can hold it, put your hands under it. It doesn't matter. Stay in this position. Same thing, 2 minutes, and then repeat, slide over, repeat, and do the same thing on the other side. Same position, slightly above 90 degrees at the knee. Actually, you can see right here, knee pain, patellar tendonitis, quadriceps tendonitis. Mega knee pain is the easiest way to define it. So the variation I'm giving you on the Bulgarian split squat is focusing on keeping your shin as perpendicular to the ground as possible. So imagine your shin is like a fence post into the ground. It can't move. You're gonna load this leg, don't load the back leg, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna wind up straining the hip or the knee on the trailing leg and just cause all kinds of new problems you don't need. So I'm gonna show you the wrong way to do it first. You're gonna shoot your leg out like this. You aren't perpendicular to the ground. In fact, all you're doing is loading that tendon in a funky position you don't need. You're gonna take a much wider stride. So if you can see, now my stride is significantly longer. I'm gonna have a nice upright chest. I'm not loading my trailing leg. This is just going along for the ride. This quad is going, so now it's a much more perpendicular position for my shin. Come down, up. So I'm just moving slightly. I don't want to load it a ton. Number 4 is the box squat. I like this one the best because this is how I started squatting about 4 months ago, because I put a lot of strain on my knee. It started to bother me. So now I'm back to squatting all day long without any issues with my knee because I'm loading properly. Your feet are going to go wider on a box squat than they normally would go. I'm going to turn my toes out. The whole point of this box squat is to practice loading the glutes and the hamstrings when I come back without raising my feet here and falling backwards or shooting my knees forward. So if I'm going to squat and I do this, I'm training my brain to load those quads again. And all I'm doing is training my brain to transfer the load
to the horsepower generated by the quads as opposed to the massive horsepower generated by your butt, your glutes. So we want to retrain that. You're reprogramming your brain alongside with fixing the problem. So you're going to sit on eggs. You don't want to break them. So that's the point. Remember that. You're sitting on eggs. You don't want to break the eggs. So when you come back, I don't want you to hover. I want you to come back, just lightly touch the box. You're not doing this. That's not a box squat. That's a train wreck. So push back, load, touch the box, and then come all the way back up. Full extension at the hips, like you're trying to pinch your cheeks together. And then same thing again. If you feel yourself do this, you'll know because your knee will hurt and you're gonna feel yourself shifting forward. I like to practice this with a barbell, even a bit of load, because these are designed for load. No load on the tendon, no healing. Tendons heal fastest and best under load. That's just how the body's designed. Stand up, come back to your box. The wedge of the box, the corner of the box, is between my legs. And then I'm just gonna push back, touch the box, and then come all the way back up again, squeeze my butt. Come on down, and back. If you notice, we're gonna go 4 seconds down, 1 second up. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 1, 1,000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 1, 1,000. Now the reason for that is that your tendons are going to respond better to that eccentric load, that slow eccentric load, and then a fast concentric load. They'll heal faster. You're jump starting how your body heals by doing that. You're forcing an adaptive process. That's how your body's designed. My feet are turned out slightly. I'm gonna take my hips and I'm gonna push them back. So I'm pushing my hips back and I'm gonna slow down, touch, come up real fast. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. So I'm not on the box with a lot of weight, like I'm barely on this thing. And then pop back up.
So listen, if you're having that knee pain and it just doesn't go away, you want to squat. Even if you don't want to squat, you want to squat. Trust me, you want to squat. But if you're having knee pain and it's this sharp, terrible pain that just the second you load your knees with anything, squat, jump, run, they start to hurt. You don't want to follow the instructions on this video. Do it 3 times a week, load the tendon, get moving, you'll feel better. Listen, if you like this video, smash the like button, follow me on YouTube, subscribe. You guys, subscribe. I put this stuff out all the time for free so you guys have a library to work with all the time. Hey, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll check you guys out later. By the way, if you have a question, leave it in the comments. Hit me up with anything you got. I'll do my best to help you. I love you guys. See ya.